Hi guys, my name is Kozak and you're watching Kozak TV. In this video, I will be summarizing the latest video from the developer of Monsters and Memories called Keepers, Bight Props, Terrain, and Population. I know not everybody has 3 hours or 4 hours to watch the dev streams, so my goal is to simplify it for you guys, create a summary so you can stay in the loop on what's happening with Monsters and Memories. Myself, I come from extensive gaming background in MMORPGs. You know, my first MMO, before even it was MMOs, it was MUDs. But I started first real MMO called Ultima Online. I'm sure a lot of you know it. Then I switched to EverQuest. I wasn't in the very beginning because I kind of switched from UO to Luklan in seamless transition. So I started playing EverQuest from Luklan expansion. I got the CD and PC Gamer magazine. It was a 14-day trial, and after that I was hooked. Ever since then, I played MMOs, along with other games, but mostly MMOs. So my goal here is to provide you all the news about this game. This is the game I'm going to start following extensively. I'm going to be playing the test this weekend. I come from a game Pantheon right now, but the development is not going so great at it. So if you want to stay in the loop, make sure you hit that like and subscribe, and let's get right to it. So in the latest video, the devs talked about these topics. So there was key points. So development log, zone detailing, outdoor zones, epic quest, inspiration, placeholder assets, zone design, server quests, race and class skills, game feel overall. Then there were some questions from community, EQ clone questions, NPC behavior, community interaction. Then he talked about blended terrain editing, NPC spawner placement, origin story. Then they discussed the game a little bit and its philosophy, and a tribute to Volkilmer, basically. So let's get right into it. So the main topic of the stream was it was focused on ongoing development of Keepers Bight Zone in the Monsters and Memories game, including propping, terrain adjustment, and NPC population. So they're getting ready for development lock. The developers are approaching what they call this pencils down development lock for the upcoming playtest, aiming for stability and bug fixing. He talks a little bit about zone detailing. So the stream showcases the process of adding props, adjusting terrain in Blender, and placing NPC spawners within the Keeper's Bight zone. For the longest time, I thought it was spelled bite, as in like biting, but it's B-I-G-H-T. He talked about the outdoor zones. So the developers are working on improving their ability to create outdoor zones more quickly. He kind of explained in the video on how they're planning to do that, if you're interested in that. They also talked about epic quests. So epic quests are planned for closer to the 1.0 release, so he said. So it's going to utilize the full game map. Shorter semi-epic quests may be implemented during early access. So we still might see epic quests in early access, but they're going to be a much shorter version and not the full version. The developers also talked about how they draw inspiration from various fantasy worlds, books, and TV shows, including Wheel of Time, though the dev said that he had difficulty getting into the books. In regards to assets, so many textures and models are still placeholders and subject to change. They're going to be working on those kind of throughout the game development and slowly replacing the placeholder textures with more unique textures. Zone design, the zone layout is based on 2D top-down map with manual tweaking, and then they're propping it in 3D. The devs are also interested in implementing server-wide quests that can influence the game world. So I think that's pretty cool. So I guess whatever quests we do in the world, it's actually going to change it. Whatever guild is going to do the quest first, they're going to be kind of remembered. They change the world forever. Let's say they release the dragon or something like that. It's going to start flying all over the world. Race or class specific trade skills are under consideration. So he talked about thinking of actually having a specific race, a specific class, having particular set of trade skills that are not going to be available for other classes. He also talked about that they're aiming for a familiar but unique feel while working within the constraints of this project. Then the community asked them if like, is it going to be exactly like a Q clone, or are we expecting something unique in this game? And The dev addressed the question whether the game is an EverQuest clone, explaining the design philosophy and inspirations behind it. They emphasized that they're building upon the foundation of a queue, focusing on aspects that they feel were left unexplored. So there's going to be some new stuff that they feel that hasn't been done in EverQuest. Then they're also working on NPC behavior. He talks about NPC behavior system, including wandering, pausing, and triggers for more complex actions. Then the dev answered a whole bunch of questions that the audience had throughout the stream. The highlight of the stream was Blender terrain editing. So he demonstrated terrain editing in Blender, encountering some difficulties and receiving tips from chat. So I find it pretty cool. The dev actually took some time to take some tips from people in his chat that knew how to help and knew some kind of tips, and he actually considered it and took it into account. He also talks about the origin story of the game's development, explaining the inspiration from EverQuest and the desire to create a true successor to that style of game. Then he went on discussing the philosophy behind the game, including the importance of camping, faction guilds, and trade skills. He also recommended the movies such as Felon and Shot Caller. I don't know how that is relevant to the game, but he loves those movies. Development updates of Keeper's Bight, focusing on terrain adjustment, prop placements, and the overall population dynamics within the game. It highlighted the importance of stability before playtest, the creative process behind NPC behaviors, and the integration of player feedback into the game's evolving landscape. In the latest update for the Keeper's Bight, the team is gearing up for a significant milestone as they approach a development lock. They explore various aspects of the game, including, again, terrain updates, placements, intricacies of NPC population dynamics. He talked about how many spawn points they have, and it's over like 7,000 spawn points so far. He couldn't tell the exact number of NPCs in the world, but it's over 7,000 spawn points. Some of these spawn points have up to 100 or 500 NPCs. So they are currently focused on ensuring that the game is stable before the upcoming playtest. Development lock is set for the 7th of this month. The goal is to minimize any unexpected surprises that could hinder gameplay. They emphasize on the importance of discipline during this period to ensure that playtest can enjoy a smooth experience without encountering major bugs. So they can basically stop the development on the 7th and just start ironing out bugs and making sure we're going to have an amazing playtest, and so on. The developers are working right now on flattening areas and adjusting textures to create a more immersive environment. The use of Blender for terrain editing allows for detailed adjustments, ensuring the landscape feels natural and engaging for players. As the team reviews the road layouts, they're also considering how the changes affect the overall flow of the game. The goal is to create seamless experience where players can navigate through the world without feeling disoriented. The developers are also keen on maintaining a balance between aesthetics and functionality in the terrain design. So props, he talked about props. They play a crucial role in enhancing the visual appeal of the game. The team is currently focused on placing various props throughout the zones to create vibrant and engaging environment. This includes everything from decorative elements to functional items that contribute to gameplay, placeholder textures, and future plans. Many textures are still, like I said, in placeholder stages. They're actively working on improving these assets. They aim to replace placeholder textures with higher quality designs that will enhance the overall aesthetic of the game. They're very committed to ensuring that every element feels handcrafted and contributes to the game's unique atmosphere. This is where I think the team of Pantheon is kind of lacking. They use static given assets that Unity 6 gave them. It feels very, very like outdated just because they're using given assets and not handcrafted assets. And as you guys all know, for games like this, the atmosphere means a lot. Like the first time we joined EverQuest or Asheron's Call, the atmosphere was on point, and that is because it was all handcrafted. So the NPCs in Keeper's Bight are designed to create a lively and interactive world. They talked about that. The developers are implementing various behaviors for NPCs, including wandering patterns and interaction triggers. It's gonna add, depth to gameplay, allowing players to engage in an environment in meaningful ways. They also talked about that the team is exploring the possibility of implementing scheduled behaviors for NPCs, like similar to what has been seen in other games, that would allow NPCs to have daily routines, enhancing the realism of the game world. The developers are considering how to balance complexity with performance to ensure the smooth gaming experience. So that's what they talked about it. Then they talked about how important it's for a community to engage and give its feedback. They value the player feedback and actively seeking input from the community. Engagement helps to shape the game. Basically, he talked about the direction that to ensure that the final product meets the player expectations. Basically, give them all the opinions you want, and they're committed to creating a game that resonates with the audience and reflects their desires. So in conclusion, basically, Keeper's Bight is shaping up to be engaging and immersive experience for players with ongoing updates to terrain, props, and NPC dynamics. The development team is dedicated to creating the world that feels alive and responsive. And basically, yeah, so we're pretty much ready for the playtest. I'm going to be playing on the weekend and streaming the game, so make sure you guys subscribe. I'm going to be live throughout this playtest. And yeah, see you inside the game, guys. Make sure you join the Discord if you want to be in a group with me. In the next video, I'll probably make a video on what character I can make. You guys can download the game from their website, pre-updated, so everything is ready. You can even create a character and have a placeholder name for you guys. Kind of see what character maker has for you. It's fully functional right now. You just can't log into the game. All right, guys. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.